Alright, what's up guys? It's me, Pt3 She, we're back with First Snow. Haven't played this game in a hot minute, and this is finally just kind of a break from all the hentai games that I play. So we're gonna play a nice, feel-good, lovey-dovey story. So let's continue onwards. I haven't recorded a YouTube video in a while either, so I'm kind of rusty. With time on my hands, thanks to the last class of the week finally being over, some quiet sketching would be a nice way to unwind. With that in mind, I made my way up to the art room. Studying would be the proper thing to do, but I'm just too burnt out. Not that this stubborn cold helps either. Kind of forgot what happened last time. While most classes are winding down, their professor is aware that the looming holidays. I should actually probably put a timer on my phone so I know how long I'm recording, because if not, I'll go over time and it'll be bad. I mean, it won't be bad. Just be inconvenient. Where's my clock? There it is. Stopwatch. Start. Cool. While most classes are winding down, their professors aware that the looming holidays are a big distraction. Others have tried ramping up the workload to try and cover everything in the semester plans. I might be keeping up, but plenty aren't. Oh right, okay, get it. With my bag tucked under my arm, I give a sigh as I stagger along the snowy path to the arts building. It would be nice to feel like I'm doing more than treading water in class and society. Stepping into the arts building with its strung-up decorations reminds me to look on the bright side. It's already the middle of November, so not long until Christmas, and being back with my family. I'll be thankful to be back with them, even if the rest of the holiday period is a wash. I managed to angle around a chatting group of friends blocking the hallway and start up the stairs without bothering them. Another small success. I briefly wonder if Ellie is in the art room, and as I proceed along the second floor hallway. Her paintings are always nice to see, but whether she thinks of me as just another pain like she views Caprice weighs on my mind. It is her. Opening the door to a quiet room, I can't say I'm surprised at the sight before me. Of course she was going to be here. Ellie's eyes glanced over as I gingerly shut the door behind me, ending up being the only acknowledgement of my presence at all before she goes right back to her work. Curiosity about what she's painting gets the better of me. Is it okay if I watch? Go ahead. I forgot their voices. I completely forgot their voices. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think that's probably better. Is it Q? She doesn't bother to look at me as she says it, but doesn't sound reluctant either. So I scoot over and sit myself on the table as quietly as I can. Ellie's brush continues to flick to and fro as she works on the background. How do I get rid of that? Is there anything in the options? Does it tell me? Keybinds, yes. I need to hide a UI, which is middle click H and Y button. So it's H. Cool. And then I just take a screenshot. Take a couple of them just in case. Press H again. Cool. Oh, that's going to be my beautiful magnum opus of a thumbnail. So Caprice is a no-show. She said she has to go do something with her roommates. Her shoulders slump as she sighs, relieved. Do you really hate her that much? Believe me, if I hated her, you'd know. I'm just glad to have some quiet. It's hard not to take that as a thinly veiled implication that I should be quiet as well. Wallace might not be wrong that Ellie means well, but that doesn't make her any easier to talk to. The fucking name is Ellen. It's not Ellie. Elian. Elin. I think it's Elin. I can't. That's a weird name. I'm sorry. It's probably not a weird name. It's probably like a common name that people use like all around the world, but I'm just ignorant and dumb. Something on your mind? You're really good at this. I'd feel weird I feel weird to say I'd been talking about Elin behind her back. What I said is true, though. I'm impressed she can carry on a conversation while working, and I like how her paintings turn out. Thanks, been doing it for a while. As a hobby? If everything works out, hopefully as a career, artist or teacher, aiming for the latter. That doesn't explain her persistence at working away to get better. Wanting to be a teacher, though, she gives the feeling of a drill sergeant more than an art tutor. Tube's out. Elin gets up and places her supplies on the still beside her, opening the cupboard and fiddling around a bit. Before long, she emerges with a new tube of crimson paint in hand. Rather than get back to painting after closing the door, though, she instead turns to me. So what about you? Sorry? What are you doing once you escape this place? Oh, I don't really know. Still trying to figure that out. I feel like I failed a test as I trail off, but Elin doesn't seem worried. You're still young, and there's a good few courses to look into here. Just try your hand at whatever comes up until something grabs you. There are plenty of worse ways to spend your time in college. You're smart too, so you have that going for you. I awkwardly smile at the praise. I have never been good at knowing how to handle compliments. She may say that, but the fact Ellen's so set on a career, yet only seems to be around my age, rubs in my lack of direction. I'm still patting myself on the back for managing groceries. My parents always told me I could do whatever I set my mind to, but it was so easy to tread water for me that I never bothered trying to swim. Sounds like you have a nice family. I move to respond. The memory of them gives me the familiar pang of homesickness all over again. I might have found time to call Mom yesterday, but it just isn't the same. You okay? Yeah, just I miss them. Well, everyone's here is going through the same thing. You as well? I miss my sisters, yeah. She's probably fine, but that doesn't make it easier. Mom and Dad too? To be honest, things have been easier between me and my folks since I moved out. Huh? It's hard to imagine being on such bad terms with my family that moving away was better. The best thing about Christmas will be the chance to see them again, but Ellen doesn't seem particularly fussed about it at all. Leaving me to ponder, Ellen goes back to her painting. I get the feeling she wouldn't be this gracious to Caprice. She seems to think a little better of me, at least. She's lent me an ear. Not boring you, am I? No, not at all. I like watching you paint. She pauses a moment before continuing. It's only for a second, but I sense a hesitation there. Did I say something wrong? The moment passes as soon as it arrives. Ellen's brush returns to the canvas. The other students appear to have left by now. The orange-stained room silent save for her work. The building's just a little cold, but that's fine. As the minutes roll by, I end up watching her for a while as I swung my legs. I almost forgot to came here to actually draw, but that doesn't matter. Watching her painting slowly progress is more than enough. Every so often she mixes up a dab of this paint and that on the wooden palette beside her. The side of a hip is traced out. The light bouncing off a waist shade, or flowing strand of hair detailed with a fine tip. I can't help but admire her ability to set a goal and stay true to it, knowing exactly what she's working toward is at this stage of her life. If only I had an ounce of ambition, Ellen. I can't read. I might go to a cafe nearby to grab a coffee. I'll be back in a bit. Tired? Yeah, sorry to distract you from your work. Glad for the company. Have fun. Nice. With that, I hop off the table and start toward the door. Oh, wait. Her voice stops me in my tracks, just as I'm about to go. It'd be great if she decided to come as well. Could you grab me a coffee too? Espresso, straight. I'd probably have to remember that. Straight espresso. I'll give you some cash when you come back. So much for that. Dude, this game is so pretty. Oh, I love the art style. I love how everything kind of like comes together. The cafeteria hums away as students talk amongst themselves, the room having mostly filled up by now. The thought briefly passes my mind that winter must be great for business, given this being the closest place for cheap food during bad weather. Some smears on the edge of the plate are all that remains of the mostly cooked pasta served today. What's left of my accompanying soda bubbling away while I pass some time browsing this site and that. As I read, a shadow suddenly looms over the other side of my table. Looking up at my phone, it reveals a very familiar figure. Ellen peers down as she stands at the opposite side of the table, a large plate of food steaming away in her hand. The fresh pasta sauce is strong enough to smell from here. Okay to sit here? Ah, sure. I quickly set my phone down as she takes a seat and arranges her tray on the table, happy that she'd chosen to sit with me. I glance around to see if anyone's with her, makes me realize why she's probably chose to sit here. The cafeteria is practically full, and this is simply the nearest table with space available. About to take her first gulp of food, Ellen's fork halts mid-air before saying something. Cold any better? Yeah, clearing up now. Good to hear. With that, she starts on her pasta and salad. As I take my phone to browse some more, and Ellen calmly eats the average at best cafeteria food. It feels as though there's no need to chant, just to fill the air. That silence between us is becoming more comfortable. Sorry. Alright, what's up? I'm back. I'm gonna drink something because my throat's starting to get dry. Your boy got a Kool-Aid jammer. Just fucking awesome. Okay. Says between us becoming more comfortable. That is before I get a message. Flicking away the browser app, I take a quick look. Can't make dinner, work sucks. Wait, fuck, what was her name? Can't make dinner, work sucks. You were getting groceries yesterday, right? Anything in the fridge? Seconds tick by as I wait for a response. A sense of concern starting to take over. Rose? Rose? Sorry, I like her phone's cracked. That's a nice touch. Rose? Work needs me. See you later. All I can do is sigh and slump down in my seat as I lay my phone on the table. Helen looks at me in puzzlement, her fork hovering near her mouth. Bad news? Roommate forgot to do groceries. We're out of food. Can't you just grab a burger on the way home? That would be the plan if I wasn't nearly through my allowance. I just look away and groan, not up to outright saying that I'm broke. It's that bad, huh? At first glance, he shrugs off as she goes back to eating, but she seems to actually be in thought after watching her a bit. Eventually, after finishing her food, she speaks up. I guess I was cooking some extra anyway. You can come over for dinner if you want. It's within walking distance. The suggestion's enough to make me bolt upright in an instant. What? Your place? Yeah, should be fun, right? You okay with stir fry? Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate this. Sure, whatever. Just don't make it weird. Concerning the discussion over Ellen goes back to finishing her off her food without much concern of what she's just said. Maybe she does have a good side. Maybe she's not a tsundere. A tsundere. Stopping before the large black door, I repeat the address Ellen gave to me to reassure myself I've come to the right place. Ellen's definition of walkable is apparently rather different than mine. Still catching my breath from the hike. I thought I was going to be fine, but my nerves are getting the better of me. Now that I'm here, I'm going into a near stranger's home. After all, and it'll just be the two of us. In school, we just happen to be around each other, but this is entirely different. Glancing down the hall, to make sure nobody's watching me awkwardly loiter around. I take a moment to appreciate how nice her apartment building is. This is a nice area, and everything inside is immaculate. Even the hallway carries a slight scent of cleaning product. That's really nice. As we zoom into the door, out of excuses to stall any longer, I take a breath and gingerly press the doorbell. It's a muffled chime ringing out from behind the door. I run my hands through my hair one more time to make sure I look presentable, as footsteps come to the door. The plain wooden door swings open, answered by... not Ellen. Oh, evening. Before I can ask if I got the right apartment, he turns around. Allison's here. Wallace jerks his head around for me to follow. I obediently do so, still too focused to get a word out. Ellen didn't mention he would be here. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I should be relieved it's not just the two of us. I mean, yeah, it's another. But if we're not having a fucking lesbian love story here, I'm gonna beat Wallace's ass. I think I can take him. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Barely noticing the thud of the door closing behind me, I take a quick glance around her apartment as I place my coat on the counter. The first striking thing is how clean it is, with everything put neatly in its place. That's a really beautiful apartment. Look at it. They have a little island. They have a little bar stool. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Look at those paintings. I wonder if Ellen did those paintings. I'm just going to call her Ellen because I don't know how to actually pronounce her name. Then again, aside from the few paintings on the wall that are possibly her own, there's not much clutter around to clean. The television, quite a decent size for a student's, sit on a cable news channel, riveting as the economic situation reported. It's barely audible over the clinking rice cooker coming from the kitchen. As Wallace and I stride in, Ellen's come to her feet after having been on the couch. She lazily covers a deep yawn with her hands as she does. Hi. So you managed to find the place. Welcome to my home, I guess. I'd introduce you to this guy as well, but it seems you two already know each other. Wallace and I exchange a brief glance. Just had coffee together once. While I did find his size intimidating at first, he seems a bit of a gentle giant figure now that I'm around him more. It looks like this isn't going to be dinner for just me and Ellen. Then, I'm reading these bad. Taking one last glance around, the insides of her place is as nice as the outside. From the meticulous cleanliness to the trendy furniture, her home looks more suitable to a designer magazine than a student's living area. Your apartment's really nice. Thanks. I like to try and keep things organized. Especially when visitors are over. Ellen glares daggers at Wallace, but he doesn't pay any heed. The two seem to have a good handle on each other. Moving on. Wallace, just watch TV or something while we get dinner sorted. Can do. Thanks again for letting me have dinner with you. Don't get too comfortable. I'm going to make you work for your food. Ellen motions for me to come over with her, but the gesture was unnecessarily given her commanding tone. Wallace already a dreary glance as he follows his order, and I quickly do the same. This fucking little jazz music is nice. I end up standing before a well-used wooden cutting board, taking a large knife Ellen offers before sizing up the variety of vegetables awaiting its blade. I don't think she notices my hesitation as she opens the rice cooker and gives the contents a stir. The two of us waste little time in getting to work, the sound of food being prepped filling the room. Unfortunately, it isn't long before I've earned Ellen's ear. Stop! My heart panic practically leaps out of my chest as I immediately freeze, hands retreating from the cutting board. Did I hand you a hatchet? No? Then why are you using that as one? It looks like you're trying to lop off some fingers. In response to my puzzled look, she takes a knife off me and starts demonstrating the correct technique herself. Though you'd be more help than him in fixing this up, look, curl your hand next to where you want to cut like this. Now use the knife like a lever instead of wildly hacking away. We're making nice slow slices, not some slasher B-movie scene. Right, I think I have it. Ellen hands the knife back, and after a breath to steady myself, I have another try. She soon starts frowning as I slice away, but Ellie's just not yelling at me again. I'm guessing you don't cook for yourself? Her eyes rest on the collection of lopsided shapes sitting before me. I'm lucky if I don't mess up instant noodles. I thought those were impossible to get wrong. I'm genuinely impressed. Do you do all your own cooking? Not like I have anyone else to cook for me. Healthier than living off pizza and burgers, too. What about Wallace? Aren't you roommates? No, he just loafs around here sometimes. I've tried to get him to help, but he's no better than you are. I'm always feeding him and letting him crash on my couch. He even bugs me for free pictures for his writing. She sets down her knife in genuine if depressing thought. I was reading that right. It just didn't seem right because I'm just an idiot. Maybe we should just become roommates. Roommates, huh? I think I'm starting to get a handle on their relationship now. As strange a pair as they might seem, the stern and uncompromising Ellen and gentle giant Wallace seems like they're a compatible couple. I'm surprised you're not. I thought you might be together. Nope, just friends. Yay, we can still have our lesbian love romance. So much for that. She waves away the idea so easily that it must have come up before. In fact, back at the cafe, Wallace seemed quick to clarify that too. Wallace's voice pipes up from behind us. You know, it's not often Ellen invites someone else over for dinner. I don't invite anyone over for dinner. You just show up most of the time. You're just a hindrance to my cooking. Anyways, including now, actually. I've had to put up with him like this since high school. I guess no one else would. Objection! I'm the one who puts up with you! I'm the one currently holding a knife. Jesus Christ. Objection! Withdrawn! With that, he goes back to quietly watching television. I'm starting to get how Ellen deals with others in general. Now, she simply has no filter when it comes to stating what she believes is to be true. What can be a problem just as that can be a problem just as much as shyness, though. Thinking back to when we met, the only reason I didn't write the episode off with her off as, oh my god, why can't the only reason I didn't write the episode with her off is Caprice and Wallace nudging me afterwards. But here she is, looking after her friend and providing me with a meal. It took a while, but I'm glad I met her in the end. Perhaps that's why it's a little worrisome that she lives alone like this. You normally do all this without anyone to help? You don't need to say that like it's a bad thing. There's all sorts in the world. Some are better with people than others. Living alone suits me, and I can afford it. You know Caprice, though, don't you? So you're not completely alone besides Wallace. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Tell me, how did you and Caprice met? We were sitting at the same table for a biology lecture, and she started passing me notes during class out of the blue. Once we started talking afterwards, she didn't really stop. Ah, that's the way it goes with her. Once you get caught in her orbit, she doesn't let you go. Caprice isn't that bad. She's a sweet person, just high energy. She gives a non-committal grunt before getting on with her cooking. I do wish she'd give her a chance. Caprice does only mean the best for her. Moving away from that, could you grab the plate and glasses? These shouldn't take long to fry. Root beer, please. Water is healthier. Allison, please save me from this woman. Allison, please save me from this woman. All I can do is give a weak smile. Much as I like to give him what he asked for, following Ellen's order would probably be for the best. That's funny. A little revolving transition. The revolving transition now. Pure! I don't know why I want to make more work for me whenever I have to edit this later. It's okay. With all of us well and truly full, we sit around the table and savor the meal we'd have. It was the best food I've had in a while, since it was neither takeout nor cooked by Rose. Are you saying Rose is a bad cook? That's not nice. Having sent a text message to her for a pickup, all that's left is to run down the clock as the evening wears on. Looking around the apartment, I point to one of the paintings on the wall. Did you paint all of these? Yeah, really needs to find something else to put up there, though. I mean, your paintings are really fucking great, though. But why? They're really good. I appreciate the thought. All of them have dumb little mistakes, though. Just needed something to make the walls less bare when I moved in, and never got around to replacing them. You like painting people in particular, don't you? Just into portraits and figures. Modern art's well and good, but started with figure drawing and ended up attached to it. Bodies are pretty fascinating when you think about them. Really think about them. That is. I've spent days just sitting there sketching, trying to work out how the muscles fit together, how lighting interacts with skin and all that. The way she rattles off her thoughts with such feeling gives away how much she cares about the subject. Fuck! I can't say I take it quite as seriously as she does, but I can see where she's coming from. Interested in this stuff, Allison? Me? I just drew a little in high school. Why am I changing their voices? What is wrong with me? Me? I just drew a little in high school. Passing the time, that kind of thing. Nothing wrong with that. I sketch on my tablet, and Helen gives pointers sometimes. Maybe I should throw you out to the wolves and tell Caprice you like doing art as well. Maybe I should throw you to the wolves and tell Caprice you like doing art as well. You wouldn't. I'm thinking about it. I can't help but giggle a little at the two of them. Yet even as they do, there's a small pang of envy there. I can emphasize with Ellen keeping her group of friends small, but I do wish I were closer to her. In more ways than one, she's who I wish I could be. The familiar sound of a motorbike horn can be faintly heard from outside, bringing an end to both my thoughts in this little outing. That for you? Given a nod, I get up from my chair and collect my coat from Ellen's helpful hand, quickly throwing it over myself. Thanks for tonight. It was nice. Not wanting to keep Rose waiting, I wave Wallace goodbye and as I take my leave, with Ellen coming along to see me out the door. Got everything with you? I quickly pat around my pockets to make sure. Phone, purse, keys, they all seem to be there. All good. I'll see you then. If you want to come around again, feel free. If I'm not too much trouble, that'd be nice. I do a poor job of hiding my happiness at the offer. My reply just is a little too quick to sound natural. Believe me, you're no trouble. It honestly does me good to see you a bit more upbeat. I tilt my head a little at the odd idea. You just seemed kind of skittish before, but now you're all sunshine and rainbows. It suits you. Sorry, I'm a bit shy. Not to mention a bit homesick. Being able to talk with friends outside of school was a nice change, not to mention having a homemade meal. Even if I didn't help that much, I did take my mind off things. Eventually, as my mind slowly manages to get back into gear, I muster the words to say what I want to tell her, as I get past being so flustered. If you don't mind me being around for dinner, maybe being together in a club wouldn't be so bad. She hesitates for a good few moments, making me doubt myself as I offer the suggestion as carefully as possible. She knows I like her as a person, so hopefully she can look past her previous experiences. Just as I begin to think I've overstepped the mark, she gives an almost comically long sigh. The horn sounds again in the distance as silence reigns, but my feet stay plastered as she comes to an answer. Fine, tell Caprice she can have her dumb club. Thank you. Just don't make me regret it. With an enthusiastic nod and a wave, I start off down the hallway once more, Ellen disappearing into her apartment as I look back. Even as I walk down the hallway, my steps somehow feel lighter than they did as I entered. Being around others usually makes me exhausted, but right now, I feel more comfortable than ever. Oh, is that Act 2? Oh, no, it's not. It's just a new scene. Alright, guys. With that, that'll be the end of our video. We're going to see how this whole group of people interact with each other and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice. I hope that yeah, this seems like a really good game. I love this game. It's so pretty and the art is just so well done, and I like how they make it seem like it's a painted background with just like kind of like how do I say, like cardboard cutouts of characters in the background, you know. I like how it seems. It's like it's really cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys need to comment, rate, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.